The woman who basically runs Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, says that as women become more successful, they become less liked. And on top of that, it is the woman who has two jobs, work and home. We have a successful woman sitting right with us here, Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn, Republican from Tennessee. You know, I just called you Congresswoman. You don't like being called Congresswoman, do you?
You know, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not really into titles.
Okay.
I feel like you can lead and be effective without a title, and so it doesn't matter. But Congressman is grammatically correct because it's not a gender-specific job.
Okay, I will never call you Congresswoman again. That's a fact.
It doesn't matter.
What do you think about that? Sheryl Sandberg, very powerful woman. She says, look, the more successful a woman becomes, the more negative is her stereotype and her image in the workplace. What do you think?
Yeah, well, you know, there's a lot of truth to that. And throughout my career, Stuart, I've had times where I had to push forward a little bit and then maybe had to step back a little bit. You watch that tempo, you watch the tone. But you know, sometimes people will say, oh, you know, aggressiveness isn't good in women, but we like aggressiveness in men. So there is still, today, I think Sheryl Sandberg's right. There's a little bit of that. And I think also, you know, she's right when she talks about women working two jobs. Women are the great multitaskers because we are running our home, we are working with families. An issue of the day, health care. Women make 80% of all the health care decisions, not only for their family and their spouses, but their extended family many times.
Is this the new feminist Marsha Blackburn emerging all of a sudden?
No, 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 no. You know, I've written about this and addressed women in leadership for years, decades actually, and am a huge proponent of getting women credentialed and out there. I think that when you look at women on Capitol Hill, my Republican female colleagues are absolutely fantastic.
All right, let's talk aggression for a second.
Sure.
Are you going to be aggressive when it comes to this sequester? That is the immediate spending cuts that we're supposed to get on March the 1st, because Paul Ryan says it's going to happen.
Yes, sir, it's going to happen.
You think it's going to happen?
Yes, sir. And, you know, every year I've been in Congress, I've run bills calling for 1%, 2%, and 5% across-the-board cuts. And, Mark, when I was in the state Senate in Tennessee, I ran them, calling for across-the-board cuts. They work. And it's the right way to go about getting out of control.
Because it's the military cuts that are coming.
You know, I wish the military would have gotten the same as everybody else and not been doubled up on. I've got some heartburn with that. But I tell you, when it comes to discretionary spending, they have porked up the spending so much, you have to do across-the-board cuts.
You're in favor of it? You're in favor of it? March 1st,
yes.
You want this?
Yeah, the across-the-board cuts, absolutely, they have to take place.
A pretty interesting turning of the tables, if you will. In fact, probably the greatest stroke of genius I've seen from the Republicans in a while, because it was thought that this is something they would fight tooth and nail for, and apparently even John Boehner noticed that it was the Obama administration that kept bringing this up. So do you guys feel like maybe this is, you know, I don't want to say it's a ploy, but this is maybe your best bargaining chip, even though, ironically enough, it was put into place as something that the Republicans hold dear, to Stewart's point? Well,
going back to the Budget Control Act of August 2011, that $1.2 trillion in cuts, that was the agreement. And then, of course, as you're right, the Obama administration wanted to forestall that. They have to take place March 1st. That is the agreement that has been made. We spend too much money. We do not have a revenue problem. It's a spending
and that's $100 billion. Cut across the board, March 1st, primarily military and health spending. Cut it, and you say do it. All right. Congressman Marsha Blackburn, Republican, Tennessee, thanks very much for joining us.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.